Got my cocoa powder, my cinnamon, baking soda, baking powder. It's time for my Black Forest cupcakes. I really, really love anything in a little tiny package, and cupcakes are perfect for that. What I want to do now is just start building up my dry ingredients. So a cup of flour in, and then what I want to do is get a half cup of my cocoa here, right in. Yeah, Black Forest cake, let me tell you, one of the great discoveries when we moved to Germany. Blood sausage, not so much. All right, a half cup of cocoa powder in. And then I want to get a teaspoon of my cinnamon. I'm gonna add some nice warmth to it. Nice little base. Works really well with the cocoa. And then what I want to do is get in some baking soda. Some leavening agent's really going to help out here. The baking soda is going to work with the buttermilk that I add later, and my cocoa powder here has a certain level of acidity. And then I've got the baking powder, and that's going to really just start to react with the heat in the oven. So these are going to be nice and fluffy and airy. Good to go. A little bit of salt. And that is it for the dry ingredients. Nice healthy pinch. All right, just give that a nice sift so we can make some nice and light and fluffy and airy cupcakes. I just want to start working on my eggs and my sugar here to get them all nice and creamy and ribbony. So into my stand mixer, 3/4 of a cup of sugar. Good old white granulated sugar here. And then to that, I got some eggs to get into play. About 5 eggs, just gonna crack them in and move them around in my bowl here with my little whisk attachment. Until the sugar starts to dissolve, it's gonna be a nice and ribbony texture. It's gonna be a pretty yellow color to it, kind of lightens up on you. And then I'm just gonna start adding in the dry ingredients. Right now, I wanna build some more flavor into the cupcakes. About 1/3 of a cup of my buttermilk goes in. It's gonna make it moist, adds zip. It's gonna be really a great addition to the cupcakes. And then right here on the stove, I've got a half stick of butter that I started to melt. Get that right in as well. And then to that, I'm gonna add some vanilla. Just gonna add a really beautiful undertone of just good sweetness and flavor. And that's it. Give it a nice little swish. And get it right in. I'm gonna turn this on. Not so high. And that's it. Buttermilk, vanilla, yummy butter. So what I wanna do is add the dry in part so as not to kind of overwork my batter here. We're not making bread, we're making cupcakes. No kneading involved. Just kind of work it out. Now that this is all pretty much incorporated, what I'd want to do is get in my cherries and get in my chocolate. Bring that back up, back on low. Get my cherries right in. It's gonna be so yummy. A lot of times you'll see a big old Black Forest cake and it's got the layers of cream and then the chocolate shavings over the top. And this to me is just a nice little miniature representation of that. I'm gonna top it off really nice and give it some curb appeal in the end. Look at that, that's it and it's good to go. So what I wanna do now is kind of release it and get it ready for my muffin tins. Just getting the last scoop of my Black Forest cupcake, good to go. All gonna pop up at nice even mounds because I used my ice cream scoop here. Love that little trick. And that's it. They're ready to go into my 350-degree oven for just 15 to 17 minutes. All right, now let's do this Black Forest cupcake here. Double trouble with chocolate chips on the inside, and it's already chocolatey. To that, I'm gonna add a little mound of my marshmallow cream right over the top. Don't forget, got the dried cherries on the inside. And then just to make it nice and special, I'm gonna put a little cherry on top. Come here, right there. A little bit of shaved chocolate as well. And that is a mini Black Forest cupcake.